With Negar Mortazavi. She's an Iranian-American journalist and political analyst based in D.C. Negar, good to speak with you again. You
Thanks
heard
for having me.
the comments there about the JCPOA, about negotiations with Joe Biden, the president-elect in the U.S. What do you make of all of the timing on this for the U.S., for Iran, and perhaps for Israel?
Well, I think I heard only the ending of the report, but I think this is a clear attempt to sabotage future diplomacy between the Biden administration and Iran. The Biden administration, Joe Biden himself has signaled that he's interested to revive diplomacy, to return back to the nuclear deal, which President Trump tried to pull out of. And we know that Benjamin Netanyahu has been probably the top opponent of the nuclear deal. He tried to sabotage negotiations when they were going on under Obama. He tried to stop the deal. And even under Trump, he tried to oppose the even signals of any kind of negotiations. When President Trump was talking about negotiating with Iran, it never happened, but he was very vocal about it, Netanyahu. And now I think this is an attempt to tie the hands of the camp, the pro-diplomacy camp, for future negotiations when Biden comes into office in January.
What are the consequences of this in Iran in terms of the domestic political space?
Well, it's just going to push the overall politics of the country into a more hardline path, which Iran has been down under in the past 2 years, especially after Donald Trump eventually did pull out of the deal, and especially in the past year where tensions have been very high. Iran had a parliamentary election last year, and the hardliners now dominate the parliament. They won most seats, they control the parliament, and then Iran is going into a presidential election in June, just in a few months. And if hardliners can consolidate and take the administration together with the parliament, it will just set up almost a decade of more hardline politics in Iran. But I think there's also a silver lining that this may lead to a sense of urgency in Washington for when Joe Biden comes into place, for a fast and clean return to the nuclear deal. I think that would be the only way that could change this dynamic and this push towards a more confrontational politics in Iran.
Fakhrizadeh isn't the first Iranian nuclear scientist killed. How did Iran respond in the past, and might that be an indication, in your opinion, of what we might expect this time?
Yeah, so at least 4 other nuclear scientists have been assassinated in the past, and Iran tried to retaliate by going after Israeli officials, Israeli diplomats, especially worldwide. There were plots of assassinations, mostly unsuccessful, but worldwide. It might be a similar path right now, but at the same time, my reading from Tehran is that there isn't going to be an immediate revenge, because Tehran has tried to contain its forces, basically has practiced this restraint or strategic patience to try to wait Trump out. And it's just only less than 2 months left. So I think and I hope that they would continue to practice this restraint and wait for the Biden administration to come and restart diplomacy, because the only solution to all of this is going to be through a diplomatic channel.